I've never seen such an awesome man. The whole process uses bamboo shoots technology to build mountain wooden houses. There is also an atmospheric fireplace for heating. Next to the house cooking is a natural swimming pool. They even opened up terraces to grow vegetables with their bare hands. Things have to start from last year, and next year is fed up with endless overtime. Pack your bags and walk into the mountains that no one cares about. The terrain is dangerous. It is a rare treasure land of rheumatism. He decided to settle down here, so we started cleaning up. He chopped down the weeds, turned over dead trees. The full picture of the cliff is finally revealed. Now it may not be suitable for building. But in fact, Akun has already planned a blueprint in his heart. He first dredged the pool under the waterfall, so lower the water level to get a wider space. Immediately after, a large amount of wood was collected. After lighting the bonfire, the raging flames quickly heat up the boulder. Then pour cold water. The boulders crumble as they expand and contract. Akun used the crowbar to drive away towards the crack. As the rubble falls, Akun abruptly on the cliff pull out a sunken platform, then continue to cut into the ground. Originally, the sloping ground is gradually hewn into a flat altar, and the gravel that was hewn down was moved to the edges and piled up. And of course, that's not enough. I saw Akun bring stumps and vines. Plan the size of the foundation. Then you can use the surrounding boulders. Build a solid wall. Don't look at Akun's thin figure, but it can burst out with amazing power. After 2.5 days and nights of fighting, then Akun continued to collect stone. The block is filled inside the machine's strength. And then you're done with a layer of clay and tamped with a sledgehammer. In order to prevent the ground from sticking to the soil, Akun also collected many flat slabs of stone. This is not a proper wild floor tile. As the base is finally built, Akun's physical fitness is also close to overdraft. It is necessary to build a temporary shelter from the wind and under the opposite cliff. It's a natural haven. I saw Akun collect some logs first by punching holes in it, link with wooden nails, make a simple bed frame, then lay the trunk as a bed board. A comfortable wooden bed is quietly formed. Such good craftsmanship will definitely lead to a good job and hand it over to 58.com. You can also rent and sell houses to find life services. And when you're done, it's time to cook. Akun took out 2.5 caddies of beef. Change the knife and cut it into thick slices with some salt and wild pepper powder. Then you can bake it directly on the slate. The aroma of meat instantly permeates the valley. At the same time, Akun got some more tomatoes and boiled the sauce. After a moment, the beef has been fried until golden on both sides. Beef with sauce. Then send it to the entrance in a lettuce gravy mixed with the sauce cracked on the tip of the tongue. Cracking in the lettuce happens to neutralize the grease. Akun lay on the wooden bed and fell asleep with the sound of the storm. The mist has not yet lifted. Akun has climbed the rock wall to continue construction. Measured it with precision with bamboo. The length, width, and height of the wooden house. We started collecting building materials. Before starting construction, you also need to apply a wrapping process to the log. Akun is 28 this year. Years of woodworking experience. You hit the mother's womb. You will follow the memory of the ancient sort of bamboo shoots, like the back of my hand. The next time, he chiseled the logs out precisely one by one. Bamboo shoots. Although this work is extremely time-consuming, and there is no room for sloppiness because the bamboo shoots fit directly related to object stability. 2.5 weeks passed quickly. Akun can finally start building the main framework. He assembles the processed logs in sequence. The bamboo shoot head and the hairy eye pocket precisely bite. And soon the frames were up, standing firmly on the foundation like a silent skeleton. Welcome to the wind and rain. Then Akun found 2 tree trunks with their own angles. It's a natural roof frame. He tied the trunk firmly through bamboo extinguishing. The roof truss on its own is firmly supported. Akun began to gradually add ridge strips and fixed by firmly tying the abdomen through bamboo extinguishing, forming a dense support network structure. And the planks that seal the roof, he has to do it by hand. I saw him put the log on the horse rack, pick up the handsaw, and slowly advance along the wood grain. Sawdust falls like snow. Pieces of wood are cut into shapes, neatly stacked aside. When sealing the roof, the planks are layered on top of fish scales, tight from the bottom up. each piece. They are all tightly pressed against the seams of the wooden boards below. Make sure that rainwater cannot penetrate. The wooden nails are tapped lightly and make a crisp and poisonous sound through the valleys. With the last nail in the roof, whole wooden house, finally revealing the simple and solid outline. Akun, who has a busy day, will also start preparing to the play and broke a few wild bamboo shoots. On the way back, I touched a few snails. Let's have a bamboo shoot and snail bun for dinner today. Living conditions in the wild are difficult, but Akun always pays attention to a fresh fragrance. The sweetness of the snails blends perfectly with the crisp bamboo shoots. It is paired with soul one bite at a time. It's so good, it won't let go of the slab. Yesterday, Akun has finished building the frame of the wooden house. Considering the proximity to the mountain stream, so you had to build a fireplace to get rid of moisture. I saw Akun taking local materials, collected a large pile of stones. Then he took the soil and stirred it. You can start stacking up the stones and mud. Build a solid furnace foundation. Then continue to stack up until the furnace pond prevails. Akun reserved to stove eyes on it for staple foods and barbecues. Then continue to build up its onion part. Just the size of this fireplace. Not only can the whole wooden house be kept in the cold winter, it's more than enough to roast a whole sheet to prevent rainwater from pouring back. Akun in the chimney. It's topped with 2 slanted planks. This will cover the rain without affecting the smoke exhaust. It also prevents sparks from splashing and causing fires. With the fireplace completed, Akun went deep into the jungle using twigs and silk thread, a hunting trap. And we're going to have a blast tonight. Everything is ready. Just check it out tonight. Then Akun collected a few logs across the frame of the base as a floor joist. Then lay the planks on it. A dry and ventilated overhead layer can be formed so as to effectively isolate the ground moisture. Wall ceiling, also using homemade wooden planks by drilling holes in it directly with wooden nails fixed on the bamboo shoot frame of the wall. Continue to splice the top tightly with wooden boards and get a flat and comfortable bedboard. The construction of the wooden house has not been completed, but Akun couldn't wait to bring his luggage. You can sleep directly in the cabin tonight. Busy for a long time, Akun is already hungry. He put on some firewood and lit the fireplace full of mountain spring water burning on the stove. Then he went into the jungle to check out the traps. It's a pity that the 1st Air Force but accidentally caught a little pheasant. Small sparrows are meat. Akun continues to check out the 3rd trap, an underage pheasant. Although not rich enough, but it was enough for him to eat. Back to the cabin, Akun skillfully handles pheasants. After washing the hair, clamp it with bamboo. You can bake directly on the fireplace. The fragrance of bamboo and meat diffuses in the golden, crisp roast of fragrant pheasant. Akun couldn't help but take a bite. Tender gravy bursts in the mouth. After eating and drinking, we go under the waterfall. Water initializes the tired body. After a short break, Akun is resurrected with blood. He took the lumber and continued sealing the walls. First, after we measure it, saw the logs to the right length. Then the bamboo shoot heads are processed at both ends. He pulls out the chisel, cut the corresponding hairy eyes into the frame of the back wall. And then we're done. Can be precisely embedded into the hairy shoot structure is tight structure, and no need for a nail or iron. Akun can bring the plank fixed on the log in turn, form a complete closed wall. And then we put a row of planks on top. It connects naturally with the cliff behind it. You get a spacious row of shelves. It is perfect for placing some pots and pans. Then Akun continued to bring the cut logs. Round bamboo shoots are processed at both ends. Then chisel out the burrows at the corresponding positions in the wooden frame. After finishing, the log can be installed. Build the frame structure of the wall. To ensure sufficient indoor lighting, Akun also reserved a large window hole above. Then continue to bring logs. Fixation by wooden nails frames the rest of the wall. When sealing a wall, simply splice the planks tightly onto the frame. Fix them one by one with wooden nails. Make sure the wall is strong and well sealed. The top half is fish scale lamination. It can effectively prevent rain. Maintains good air permeability. The rest of the walls are also completed side by side. The outline of the wooden house becomes clearer. As it got completely dark, the wall has been basically sealed. Only the doors and windows remain uninstalled. Lit the bonfire in the fireplace. Then the lantern comes to the west. The furnace he set up in advance. although only a few fingers were harvested. But Akun was not frustrated by this. He skillfully cleans the loach, strung with bamboo sticks, slowly roasting on a campfire. The dripping grease caused the flame to beat slightly. After a while, the skin of the loach is grilled into a faint fishy fragrance. Akun sits on the ground with the murmur of the stream. Take a bite. Crispy fragrance overflows. Not as good as pheasant crazy fish, it is also enough to soothe a tired stomach. After eating and drinking, turned into the sleeping bag and fell asleep. Good night, Makba. See, the morning fog has not yet lifted. Akun got up early. He went to the pool first and washed his face briefly. Then he went back inside and perfected the walls. It starts by framing the walls with logs. Then you can set a wooden board for ceiling. To separate the bedroom from the living room, Akun first uses wooden boards to accurately measure. Wood is sought out at the corresponding bevel. It can be fixed on the frame of the wooden house, and that creates a partition. Frame of the wall echoes the shape of the windows on the side. And then the planks are set according to the shape of the bedroom is built. Chamber partition. To prevent wild animals from invading, a strong door panel is very necessary. I saw Akun find some logs. The bamboo shoot head and hairy eye are processed respectively, although the tools are relatively rudimentary. But Akun's technique is skillful. Under the tap of a wooden hammer, bamboo shoot head and hair, the eyes bite together tightly. You get a sturdied or frame. Immediately after, Akun then chiseled corresponding grooves on the door frame. The door panel frame can be installed. After repeated push-pull tests, not only does it open and close smoothly, but it fits perfectly inside. He also specially spelled out an art decoration for the door media office. The planks are then spliced to the frame. You get a fan that is both wooden doors with a sense of design. After installing it, the overall structure of the wooden house is more complete, and security are to facilitate the usual entries and exit on the inside and outside sides with homemade door handles. The weather in the mountains is always unpredictable. It was clear a moment ago. The next moment it rained heavily. He's going to make a ledge for the big living room window. First cut grooves on both sides of the frame, and then we embed the logs, secured firmly by wooden nails to form a load-bearing structure. Lay a flat wooden board as a countertop. You can also sit on the windowsill to drink tea and watch movies. I found a wooden stake through Akun. You get to wooden stools, one tall and one short, in handy when cooking in the future. Wait until you're done. Akun's energy has also been exhausted. So they went into Jungle Street to feed. He groped along the stream. He actually caught a big horse cruiser, 2.5 caddies for this size. Meat done. Collect another banana flower. Meat and vegetables are more nutritious. I picked a few wild fruits to satisfy my cravings. After returning home, Akun immediately cleaned up the horse crutches. Bake on a campfire with bamboo. The banana flowers are directly boiled in the pot. A sumptuous dinner was placed on the windowsill. Take a bite of the horse crutch on the outside and the inside. Banana flowers are sweet and slightly bitter. Eating and drinking, Akun fell asleep. Unexpectedly, a wild boar came to visit in the middle of the night. Akun installed the door panel during the day. Akun decided to come to the back mountain to set it to the footsteps of the second senior brother, and they started digging holes in the ground. Although the soil here is soft, there are a lot of bamboo roots. It wasn't easy for him to dig up. After half a day of hard work, finally dug a deep hole in the ground. Then come early and lay branches on it for camouflage. Finally, sprinkle with soil and dead leaves to cover. Hiding quietly on the forest path. In this hot summer, in order to better cool down and escape the heat, decided to renovate the small pool next to the house. Upgrade to a large swimming pool, so he used the stone along the edge of the pool, a ring of strong levees. Now the outline of the pool is gradually taking shape. To prevent leakage from the gaps in the water cluster, bamboo now forms a retaining wall on the inside. You can go to the embankment when you're done. The inside of the dam is filled with sand and stones. This is how to ensure that there is no leakage between the levees. With the completion of the levee, then you just have to sit and wait for the pool to slowly. In order to facilitate subsequent afternoon tea by the pool, Akun also made a coffee table out of bamboo. I didn't expect this kid to have this hand. Wait until you're done. Akun went into the jungle to fight again. He found a banana tree by the bamboo forest. The banana above has turned yellow. This is the pure natural and pollution-free fruit. Decisively put it in the bag. I dug a few more taro on the way. Then Akun started to check the condition of the trap. As expected, the trap has been punished. Unfortunately, it was not the second senior brother who fell into the trap, so Akun decisively took it back to Ray. So lunch today, one can only eat some chicken burnt and taro. Occasionally vegetarian for a change of taste is also good. The trap set by Akun caught a lamb. He had planned to eat a roast whole lamb today, but look at the meek eyes of the lamb. In the end, Akun still moved the hidden release him to the mountains, then rearranged the trap. Hope to catch a wild peppa this time. To survive here for a long time, the problem of a stable food source must be solved. Akun decided to open up a vegetable field by himself. He began to clear the weeds and bushes in front of the door. After half a day of hard work, finally cleared a clearing to save energy and time. After he piled up the weeds and dead wood, just light a fire. Plant ash after burning. It can also be used as a natural fertilizer. Akun continued to cut through thorns on the opposite slope. Bamboo forests and weeds are cut clean. It looks much flatter now. Due to the uneven terrain here, Akun can only trim the slope into terraces. But before that, you have to build a flat dam out of stone first. This prevents the rain from initializing, cause soil erosion. Before we start clearing up the slope, you need to first build the support of the field stems with bamboo. The same is true of the structure of the web. After 2.5 weeks of hard work, originally messy, the slope has metamorphosed into neat terraces. The terrain opposite the stream is relatively flat. Use stones to build a low wall on the edge. Then the soil is dredged up and level. You can form a small vegetable field. Before planting, Akun first shoveled the grass and wood ash prepared sprinkled evenly on the surface of the soil. Even distribution of nutrients. You can take out the vegetable seeds when you're scattered directly into the soft soil. Movements are gentle and meticulous. Every seed holds hope for the future. Finally, pour on the source of life. In the future, Akun will have endless fruits and vegetables. Setting a trap and waiting for it to happen, Akun prefers to take the initiative. To hunt, you need a handy weapon. I saw Akun bring the wooden board first, off the handles of male and female, and then he turns a log into a public body. Finally assemble the two. Official title on the list. You get a handful of homemade male and female. Then Akun took his weapon and went deep into the jungle. He walked slowly through the shadows of the forest. Suddenly, there was a slight noise in the bushes. Akun immediately focused his attention and slowly lifted his mother and father. Precisely hits a pheasant. So tonight's dinner is a roast pheasant. After living for a period of time, some of the planks on the roof have cracked. He has to come before the rainy season. Take waterproof measures. Akun first covered the roof with a layer of plastic film. The plastic film tightly with bamboo strips. Prevent being lifted by high winds. And he brought in bags of dirt. Spread evenly on plastic film paper. Make sure every area is tightly covered with dirt. In order to integrate the wooden house with the surrounding environment. And it's covered with turf. As the soil and turf of the confident fit tightly into the house, the waterproofing problem of the top has finally been completely solved. Due to the gap between the back wall and the mountain, to prevent snake and mouse intrusion, Akun brought some more stones. Blocks of rock are laid in gaps using clay. Make sure nothing gets out. Due to the high number of mosquitoes in the mountains, in order to live more comfortably, Akun also went to the second aunt's house to borrow glass. Through square strips and nails, fixed the glass to the window frame. Now the upgrade of the wooden house is finally complete. Then it's hunting time again. I saw him take his male slave into the jungle. The boar trap was punished again. Akun immediately stepped forward to check, but the boar wasn't caught. It's the poor little lamb again. Akun shook his head, expressing helplessness. Had to put the little lamb again. Rescue from the trap. It seems that wild boar meat is not available today. Fortunately, going up the mountain, 12 gave him a peppa rib. I saw Akun brush the ribs with seasoning first, then clamp with bamboo, put it on the campfire, and slowly roast it. A moment later, the burnt ribs are finally out of the oven. Akun first cut it into strips with a knife, then squeeze it with lime juice to relieve the greasy aroma of meat mixed with the freshness of lime. Akun took a bite in satisfaction. 3 slips down fingertips. Finally, ate the peppa meat he missed.